Ladies and gentlemen, I am StooDogg. Today I wanted to talk about the ethics of greed. That's an Alpha Centauri reference, and I know at least one person out there will get the reference. Hello, Father Elijah. But, on the subject of ethical greed, I wanted to talk about YouTube. Why, of course. So, I got an email regarding the YouTube Terms of Service. They're implementing the thing where they're going to show adverts wherever they want, and they're going to take all of the money for it. Right to monetize. You grant to YouTube the right to monetize your content on the service, and such monetization may include displaying ads on or within your content, or charging users a fee for access. This agreement does not entitle you to any payments. So basically, a little while back we spoke about the Jim Sterling copyright deadlock, how that didn't seem to be working anymore. What I think is that YouTube are auto-monetizing his ad-free content, and they're taking all of the money from it. Let's scroll back to myself a few weeks back. I released a video that I had no intention on monetizing. However, due to the paranoia about YouTube taking all of the money for themselves, I chose to monetize the video. It was around about half an hour long. It was some footage from an experiment, a little joke that they had in Star Trek Online, a stress test where they filled the Earth space dock full of dinosaurs and Klingon targs, and I just made this video for people who might have missed it, people that might not have had access to the test server to be able to play it themselves. So I wanted there to be a little sort of a, that video serves as a monument to any of the people that may have missed all of the fun. I didn't want to monetize the video, but if I didn't monetize the video, YouTube would have, and it would have put an advert every 2-3 minutes during this 30-minute video, and then they would have taken all the money for themselves. I chose to monetize it, position an advert at the start and at the end and in the middle, so that YouTube wouldn't take the mick with it, and of course, rather than them getting all of the money for it, I end up getting the 55% and they get the 45% revenue split.
Resources exist to be consumed, and consumed they will be, if not by this generation, then by some future. By what right does this forgotten future seek to deny us our birthright? None, I say. Let us take what is ours, chew and eat our fill. CEO Nwabude K. Morgan, The Ethics of Greed.
It looks like the era of ad-free content on YouTube will be coming to an end with this Terms of Service update, ladies and gentlemen. Fact is, even if I don't want to monetize something, I'm going to have to so I can remain in control of how adverts show on my own content. Ladies and gentlemen, I will have to exercise a form of ethical greed so that I can control the advertising on my content to make sure that YouTube doesn't take all of the money. This is how you end up with things like a 20-second long video that is hit by a mass dislike campaign that ends up making you like £1.50 because someone's attacked the video with tons of alt accounts to leave dislikes on it. I mean, thank you for the dislikes, thank you for the laughs, and thank you for the money. Pop down Weatherspoons and have a pint of lager with it. But yeah, I'm now thinking that basically to maintain my own sort of ethical ad placement, I will now have to monetize everything on my channel, which is fair enough, I guess. The only thing which brings me some kind of solace in that is the fact that, it reminds me of popular British folk hero Robin Hood.
Show yourself! You interfere with the law of the land!
The last time I looked, the law punished poaching with a tanning or a spell in the stocks.
The law is under threat and must be severe if it is to be respected.
If the law wants respect, shouldn't the punishment fit the crime?
I do not make the law. I do not decide.
But you enforce it.
YouTube is the Sheriff of Nottingham.
It's more than we've ever managed before.
And the Sheriff wants everything. And it wants all the money to itself.
On £300, you promise £500.
However, I can essentially become Robin Hood, take my quiver of arrows and take the 55% to merely deny YouTube the right of having it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, where I am at the moment in my journey, it's not a life-changing sum of money, but, you know, every now and again it's like a crate of beer. But I would think with this new Terms of Service change, the ad revenue is definitely better off being in my pocket than going into YouTube's tax-free offshore Cayman Island account, where it's just merely going to sit and make the rich richer.
$1 million.
The redistribution of wealth, ladies and gentlemen, through ethical greed. I deny the rich of the money, so that I may distribute it amongst the poor. I suppose it ultimately depends on how charitable I feel. I firmly believe in donating to charity, ladies and gentlemen. Generally, on my friends' birthdays, I'll make a donation to a charity of their choice. Not much, I mean like 20 quid here and there, but, you know, it's more that they appreciate the gesture rather than their... I find that my friends are very selfless people. They would rather that people donated to charities for hospices or animal charities, so that is somewhere that I would generally allocate some of my own funding anyway. As I stated, for me, YouTube isn't a life-changing sum of money. I mean, I've already got a job, I'm already making money, so I'm not too bothered. But it's more the principle of, if I'm not making the money from YouTube, then YouTube's taking all of it. It's all going to the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Dee-da, dee-da.
So, ladies and gentlemen, to that end, I would say that if you're not in the YouTube Partner Program, then redouble your efforts. Get to your 1,000 subscribers, get to your 4,000 hours of watch time, and get into the program and deny Nottingham of the money, because they're going to start running adverts alongside all content on the platform, including that belonging to YouTubers who aren't in the YouTube Partner Program. So you're going to see adverts everywhere. Doesn't matter if a YouTuber has 0 subscribers or if they've got 100 million subscribers.
$100 billion.
Adverts all over the platform, with the money either being shared with the YouTubers or all of it going straight to YouTube. So, you know, make your content work for you. Get to the 1,000 subscribers, do your calls to actions, ask people to subscribe, get your 4,000 hours of watch time in the last year, title your videos with things that'll show up in search. You know, imagine you were typing something into search to try and find what you were looking for and think, oh, I could title a video that. That might pop up in search. Give it a blast, see if it works. You could always install tools like TubeBuddy to help you out with things like that. Link for that in the description down below. But yes, merry men and women of Sherwood YouTube Forest, stand up and take the money that is rightfully yours, because if you don't, the Sheriff of YouTube will. And like I say, they're probably putting it in some offshore account somewhere which has already got billions and billions of dollars in it. They don't need they don't need the extra money, ladies and gentlemen. But even if you are a tiny YouTuber, at the end of the day, that's even, you know, a piece of camera equipment or a new hard drive, something that could help you out on your YouTube journey. I firmly believe that the best thing for the YouTube creator ecosystem would be for us to seize control of our destinies and be monetized and control our own ads.
Will you tolerate this injustice? I, for one, will not.
The fact is, with the destruction of ad-free content and YouTube wanting to run their ads and take the money for itself, it would be better if we get that control over our own content by getting into the partner programs, being in the partner programs, and then telling YouTube where to put the adverts, and then taking our cut. But I have other videos in this end screen. Please feel free to go and watch one of them, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.
I don't go looking for trouble. Trouble comes looking for me.